Hey guys, so this is going to be my sixth and final part of this vlog for part one of Storm of Swords. I still haven't finished the book as a whole, but because the book, because the book was split up into two in the UK, I'm going to read them both separately and classify them both as two separate books. Anyway, what's happened so far is that we've been following Tyron, and not too much has happened. Some people still do respect him, and some people don't. But we found out about his past and about how he was treated like a baby, and how people considered him to be a monster. Both people in the kingdom and his own father, who will ever blame him for the death of his mother, who died in childbirth, giving birth to Tyron. And yeah, it just seemed like real unfair that this happened to him, because he's not a bad person. It's just that people look at him and just react to him being a dwarf and being different. And also the fact that he was treated so horribly as a baby is terrible. And I was thinking about when I'm not quite sure again what the proper term is, but it's either midgets or dwarfs. But I wonder what they look like, if they look any different to a normal baby, or an average baby rather. And yeah. I mean, whether they are, shorter, or whether their limbs are shorter, whether they look any different than I would say a regular baby. Anyway, I've only got one more day to read and to finish part one. I'll be finishing up tomorrow. I can't wait for that. And then I will be having a little break from Song of Ice and Fire, because I have to read a author book that I was reading but I DNF'd because I wanted to have more time to read it. Sorry, my voice went there for a minute. So as soon as I do that, then I'm planning to start off part two of Storm of Swords at the beginning of September, so I can't wait for that. So what I've been doing, I've been working today, as you can tell by my uniform. And I was going to go to the gym, but I just can't be bothered. So I'm just going to go back home and grab a soda, and maybe like a candy bar, or maybe like a cereal bar, and just go home, have a nap, and enjoy the day. And yeah, I've actually recently got all these bite marks all over my arm. Well, it's down my left arm mostly, and I got one on my right. And they're very itchy. I do have this cream that I got from the pharmacist, as well as these tablets, which may or may not help. But I'm going to take them anyway, because what's the harm that they can do? So I can't wait for that to go away, because they are itchy, and yeah, but I'm trying not to scratch them. But eventually they'll go. So yeah, I'm okay, and I can't wait to finish part one of Storm of Swords. We are a good way, a good chunk of the way through Ice and Fire. Hey guys, I just wanted to record a little clip while I'm at work. I'm just having my break now, and I just wanted to discuss about what my nan was talking about with me last night. I mean, I was sitting reading, and she knows I'm a really big reader, and she came over to see what I was reading. She knows that I like horror and fantasy mostly. And she said, oh, I wouldn't mind reading something like this. And I said, no, you wouldn't like it. There are so many characters in the Song of Ice and Fire. And I even showed her the back of the book. At the back of each book, there is a massive list of characters, which I'm pretty sure not all of them show up in each book. They're just there as a reference. And I said, there's so many characters to remember, so many plot points, and it wouldn't be her thing. She reads usually romance and period stuff. I think that's kind of a like a testament about if you're new to horror or grimdark. Hopefully, Song of Ice and Fire is still classified as grimdark. Although I strongly suspect and fear that it's been categorized now as epic fantasy, which I strongly believe that it's still grimdark. But if you're trying to get into something like fantasy and starting off with Song of Ice and Fire without reading any fantasy books whatsoever, it's kind of like jumping at the deep end of the swimming pool with your hands handcuffed behind your back. You know, it's like, why don't you just start off with something more simple and streamlined? Probably something like Terry Pratchett's Discworld, for example. Also, I just want to say as well that I was having a word with my GM, my general manager at work, yesterday, and just having a general conversation. Now, I thanked him about giving me holidays, and I said that, you know, I was saying to him in a joking manner that I thought I was in trouble, and he and me kind of laughed it off, and he said, "No, of course not." And yeah, I'm just really pleased about working here and working in the, you know, in this new setting. I'm just like really laid back, and all the negative thoughts and feelings have not all necessarily all disappeared. I mean, they still will always be there, but I'm more laid back and, you know, more positive thinking. Hey guys, so I have finally finished part 1 of A Storm of Swords by George R. R. Martin, and yeah, I just wanted to round this part of this vlog up by telling you what happened in the book and how it ended, without giving any spoilers away, because this is only the first part of the Storm of Swords, or a Storm of Swords. So it's not the conclusion about how the book actually finished. So, what's happened is we've been following Arya, and they've had a battle, or they've been having a fight with her and these outlaws that they're with, and yeah, it's really brutal, and I think because Arya has loads of anger in her, especially because the hound's in their company, not with them, but he's around them. I think that's kind of elevating her anger and her bloodlust, you know, as it were. Arya's not really a violent person, but she's been dealt a shit hand, you know, with all these events that have happened. And yeah, Gendry, I think that's how you say the guy's name, is leaving. He's going with the outlaws to be one of them. And I think that this is kind of left Arya sad because everyone's always leaving her and or dying, that are around her. So I think she's kind of feeling alone right now. We've been following Bran and his group of, his group that he's with, as they are making their way towards the wall. And we've been following Jon, who's been with the wildlings, and with this lady that he's romantically involved with, and he ends up betraying them and going on the run, and heading back towards the wall. And in his section there was described to be a grey direwolf. Now that's somewhat significant for me because Jon Snow's direwolf was white, and as he was the kind of the odd one out of, you know, the Starks, because he wasn't a member of the Stark family. His father impregnated another woman, and he had Jon. But when John was part of the Wildlings, he was kind of in between that and being a member of the Night's Watch, and he was kind of in between worlds, as it were. And that's why I think that this grey direwolf that came to him was kind of a symbolization of what John was going through at that time. I think he kind of feels really bad about what happens, and I do not know how his lady friend's going to take it, whether she's going to forgive him or there's going to be a fight, because I think that she's going to be coming back in the second part. But yeah, I can't wait for reading part 2. I am going to be taking a bit of a break from part 2, not because I'm getting bored with the series, it's just that I want to, or I need to, read a author request book, because I did start it, but I did temporarily DNF it, because I think it's one of these books where you have to give most of your attention to. So I'm going to read that and finish that the rest of the month in August, and then in September I will be going on to the second part. So I can't wait for that. What I've been doing today, obviously working, and I was going to go to the gym, but because the weather over here is so up and down. I mean, when I left the house today, it was raining and it was a bit chilly, not cold, but a bit chilly. And then after I finished, the sun was out, nice day, not hot, but warm. And when I went to the gym, my head kind of felt a bit dizzy and I felt kind of funny in the head. Probably the best way to put it. So I decided to give the gym a miss today, although I did think of, because I've been trying to figure out how to integrate it into my new routine that I've got with my job and my lifestyle thing, I don't know. I have decided, because I was thinking about, okay, I've got 5 working days. I work 5 days a week. And when I go to the gym, I go there for an hour. So if I go to the gym once every single day for an hour, that's 5 hours a week. I've got 2 days off. If I go to the gym from 2 hours a day to 2.5 hours a day, that's the same amount of hours that I would have gone there on my days off, if that made sense. And yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go about it. I am reading Black Angel. I did stop at a section where I thought I was going to stop. I thought I was going to read some more tomorrow, but I think I will continue reading that tonight, and then, well, now actually, after I've finished recording this, and then I'll edit this video on Sunday and upload it and schedule it for, I don't know, probably about Wednesday or Thursday. I always like to make sure my videos are kind of spread somewhat evenly, so I'm not uploading a video every single day. But yeah, I'm feeling okay. Yeah, just I'm working during the morning and I come back and it's about lunchtime, so I've got the rest of the day to myself. And yeah, yeah, it's a good life. It's a good life, and yeah, in a more comfortable situation and with work and life. Yes, it's not the most, sorry, I kind of knocked my camera. It's not the most ideal job, but what is, you know, I mean, it gives me something to be proud about, and yeah, and yeah, keeps me out of mischief, I guess, and yeah, it pays bit more than what I was doing previously, so that's a plus. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I better stop here because I always like to ramble on and drone on and on about certain stuff. But I guess that's what I like to do in these vlogs now, rather than saying just what I read in the book. I always like to say about what I've been doing and how I am. So yeah, thank you for watching this vlog or this video. And even though this is the first part of Storm of Swords, I am going to be, as I said, I am going to be classifying book 1 and book 2 as two separate books on my Goodreads account. Because they're technically two separate books, well, over here in the UK anyway. And when I get on to the second part, I am not going to start off like I'm reading vlog number 1. I'm going to be continuing off from the number that I left off in this video, which is 6. So when I start off with part 2, it'll be reading vlog number 7. Anyway, I'll get to that when I get to it at the beginning of September, which I'm excited for. Part 1 didn't really leave on a cliffhanger. It sort of did and it didn't. But it's left me wanting to pick up the second part. But I need to read the author request book that I DNF'd or temporarily DNF'd, and which I'm excited to read. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I better let you go. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.